All my days is about to start, you know.
Go on, some alarm. Get me jacket on because it is bare cold, bro. Like this UK weather ain't no joke. Your boy S. I'm JJ for June. I'll explain later. And of course, we got another Louaista reaction video. Today is the victims of Aries Spears. That is not his name. Aries Spears. Close enough. You get me? So, you must sit tight, chill out, kick back, all of that. Get comfortable because it's gonna be another beautiful documentary video. Let's get it.
There are very few comedians who seem to have been as intertwined with the hip-hop generation as Aries Spears. This is in no small part due to the fact that the New Jersey comic doesn't only love rap music, but is never shy about expressing his impassioned opinions on it whenever he gets the opportunity.
Are you out of your fucking mind? Not only is he one of the best lyricists ever, but again, you talking about words to truth. I'm not a businessman, I'm a business man. That's one of the coldest lines ever, cause it's true. Jadakiss, why is lying 85% of their rhymes? That is a lie. Hov is telling the truth. Lyrically, he's not fucking with Hov.
Kendrick.
As far as being a
Kendrick.
No. Lyrically, no. Drake from a showmanship
Kendrick.
in terms of the brand Drake.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
But bar for bar,
No way.
That's without even getting into the fact that when it comes to impersonating rappers, there's been few people doing it.
Oh my days. A clip just hit me. And it's only now I'm realizing that the same person, because I know this guy is the guy that was violating UK rap, saying a cop. I remember that clip. Now we just hit me that he's also the same guy in the clip where he's talking about white kids and how they disrespect their moms and that. Roll the clip, bro. It's too George.
His level over
Yeah, I
the
have to
years.
be
Hey,
slow.
yo, 1, 2, 3 into the 4. Taking condoms out the door, ready to get up in you. So back on up, grab a condom, cause I'm ready to one. Yo, it's your man DMX. Where's my dogs at? Where's my dogs? One, yeah. Yo, I done told y'all dogs about it with me. I done told y'all dogs about with they.
Yeah.
Talk to me, man. It's your boy in the building.
Oh.
It's Young Hova. Homie, I told you the game's over. I got it locked. Oh, yo, shit's down.
And courtesy of his now regular appearances on Vlad TV, we're now getting more opportunities to hear his thoughts on hip-hop than ever before. But Spears isn't a man that pulls punches, and it's no surprise that not everyone is always going to be delighted about what he has to say, especially with that New York bias that he's known to have, which had some people threatening to confiscate his hip-hop card.
The who?
The Clips.
The rap group?
Yeah.
Jog my memory.
The Clips.
I never
Pusha
heard
T and Malice. You never heard Grinding? You don't know about this? Are you really a hip hop fan?
Clips? Listen, I'm not.
Pharrell produced them. You don't know who this is?
I'm not a fan of rappers who like play ukulele in the park and walk around with their bare feet. I'm not into earthy niggas.
The Clips are not earthy.
They not
niggas,
crap. They're like the kings of like drug rap.
Oh, excuse me.
Do you not know who the Clips are?
I probably don't.
In fact, there are times when he even straight up eviscerates artists without the slightest regard for the fact that they might become aware of his opinion. And in certain instances, they even let it be known that they've got smoke for him. It's your boy Louaista, and these are the many victims of Aries Spears. Because of his savage crowd work and uncensored material, Aries is used to saying big, bold things on stage with a fearlessness that can only be commended. And because of this skill set, Aries has no problem taking on any rapper. At one point, he even extended this to dissing an entire nation's hip-hop scene. This is, of course, when Aries aired out his issues with UK rap, despite the fact that British MCs have been making major waves for years, and artists such as Dave, Central C, Stormzy, and Skepta have made inroads to the UK market. Aries simply wasn't having any of it at all. And in the process, he churned out a crazy impersonation, which detailed exactly what he didn't like about it.
I can't stand listening to niggas from London rap. When it come, when it come, when it come, and it go, did you throw it, that shit sounds ridiculous. Everything ain't for everybody.
Right.
Just cause it's there don't mean everybody should touch it. When I call them to the street, in the block, wanna say to me,
So what, now you're telling people that fuck with it, to not fuck with it? Brother, it's not for you, bro. No one wants it to be free move, man. Yeah.
That shit sounds ridiculous.
Immediately, this clip went
just
viral
never
and
know.
even led to remixes on TikTok that were unironically kinda hard.
But I can't stand listening to niggas from London rap. Come off the thing.
Nah, it's the beat. The beat is crazy. Nah. It's the
Unsurprisingly,
beat. What
this garnered.
Nah, I have to reload that. It's the beat.
I
It's the
can't stand
beat.
listening to niggas from London
That
rap.
beat is crazy.
Come off the thing.
Come on. Damn.
Unsurprisingly,
God
this
damn.
garnered a mixed response,
Yo.
with some
I feel that in my body, bro. That beat is crazy.
UK
What
hip-hop
the hell?
heads taking issue just as certain US fans felt that he'd said what they'd been thinking all along, dismantled their style, made fun of them, and improved upon it. He listens to the worst example, then comes up to the conclusion that we're all like that.
Now,
Comedians
come on,
need
Mark.
material, I get it, but this did nothing to discourage Aries
Oh,
or
well,
prompt him to
people's
educate himself
A lot of people's opinions on UK rap is changing now. So far, you
on
know.
hip-hop. And since then, he just won't relent in trying to shred the entire British scene.
I saw something where you were talking about
London rap.
UK
Oh,
rap.
let me tell you.
Have you heard this?
And you know, I probably might be
feel the
doing
same
a
way.
huge detriment to myself because the UK loves me. And I got so many people going, man, when you coming to the UK? But the way I be
Yeah,
dumping on them,
fuck.
man, them rappers is horrible, man. On the Charlie, the ball, the pop pop, and I do it for M, let's
Bro,
go. And it turn to
did it
the
again.
pop pop. Everything ain't gotta be for everybody, yo. That is garbage.
One more time.
And they
Yeah,
call it,
did
they
it
call it,
again.
cop, and they call me, pop, pop, and go for M. Hey, what you wanna do with the pop, pop?
He was just off
When it
the-
comes to Aries, this seems to be the way
Man
that he
for man,
operates. As once something he says goes viral or picks up traction, he can become like a dog with a bone. A clear-cut case of this happening went down recently when he embarked on a high-profile war of words with a true West Coast legend. In hip-hop culture, the vast majority of people have heralded former NWA member and all-around great Ice Cube as a true titan who paved the way for much of what was to come and has made the genre great. Well, it turns out that it's really everyone except Aries Spears, who has gradually revealed his true feelings on the MC turned actor to the point that they've now got real beef. Up until recently, Spears had previously been more measured in his evaluation of Cube, simply claiming that he didn't compare to people like Biggie Smalls as a storyteller.
But today was a good day is one of the most story records, hip hop. I mean,
Yo, fuck out of here! Niggas Bleed puts everything to rest. It's over. Niggas Bleed is the Terrence Crawford versus Ice Cube's Errol Spence. When you and listen, again, I'm from New York. You from New York, so I know people gonna come up with that's just New York bias. Man, fuck that. Listen to the track. The way Biggie tells that story with that melody behind it, that music behind it, the way it builds to a crescendo, it literally felt like you was watching a scene that could have been a Martin Scorsese movie.
On other occasions, he was confused by some of the roles he'd landed in Hollywood, given his stature and lack of muscle tone.
When Ice Cube did the Vin Diesel movie, listen,
Was it Triple X?
Triple X. Ice Cube is a little chunky nigga. He built like a propane tank.
Nah.
Stars look like The
That's
Rock,
crazy.
Jason
Yeah.
Statham, Stallone, and Schwarzenegger in the 80s.
In the prime, yeah.
Or even if you go with a guy like Bruce Willis. Bruce Willis may not have had the necessary physique, but he was the everyman's man. The kind of guy you know
Yeah.
would sit at a bar, crack open a beer, and might break it over your head if you disrespect him. You have to look and be the part.
But things really came to a head when Aries
Ice
claimed that he had
Cube's
never been a
bad.
fan in any
Come on,
way,
man.
shape, or form, and basically implied that he was extremely overrated.
Ice Cube does nothing for me as a rapper and an actor.
Okay.
Nothing. The song that makes me want to jump out of a window is Have a Good Day. Today was a good day.
This is just pure hate.
My 6'4" police didn't come.
Why does he keep mentioning them?
That's not the way the lyrics go.
Whatever, but that
I know
can't.
they-
You might as well have
people
them
keep
say
on asking
green
them questions
eggs and ham.
to create viral
Sam,
moments.
I am.
In
like,
turn, things got
it gets
so
to a
heated
point.
that he was called out by other legends like Willie D of Ghetto Boys for speaking ill of a great.
You know, Willie D called me.
Okay.
I was in Louisville, Kentucky, and I love Willie D. That's my man. But this nigga called me like I disrespected his mama. He was like, Aries, man,
Nah,
you
that's
don't
what
understand what Ice Cube done did for the culture, man, and hip hop. Why you say? And I go, Willie, it's a subjective opinion. I'm allowed to not like Ice Cube. I know, man, but Aries, man, he was on me.
If there's one thing everyone knows about Cube, it's that he's not exactly going to withstand insults like that and not say anything. And when asked about Aries' comments, he responded to the slander with some insults of his own.
Speaking kind of bad about you, man.
Who's this?
Aries Spears.
Oh, that dude?
Yeah. He said nothing
Is
that
he a comedian? Yeah. Because he ain't never made me laugh, so I don't know if he a comedian.
Did you hear what he said?
What'd he say?
He said it was nothing about you impresses him. From movies to rapping, nothing at all.
Suckers usually don't like me. You know what I'm saying? Like the people that they usually don't like me when they coming from that angle. That's cool though. You know, everybody got their opinion, and they all stink. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's cool. You know, he entitled to his opinion. It's the feeling is mutual. You know, I don't think he on anybody's list of top 10 comedians. You know what I mean? In the black community for sure.
In the aftermath, he hit back again and inferred that he didn't like how he had been characterized in the whole exchange, claiming that it made it worse than it was.
Am I not allowed to have an opinion and voice it if it's not in the direction of everybody else? If you don't know who I am, how do you know if I'm funny or not? So you can't have it both ways. And for the record, I respect Ice Cube, the man. I respect Ice Cube in terms of what he's brought to the game. He's one of the pioneers. So hats off to him for that. I just said I wasn't a fan of his artistry. I never attacked him as a man. I never attacked him in terms of his character.
Bruh, you don't respect his art. You don't like his art. He don't like your art. He just said your whole thing is being a comedian. He just said you ain't funny, my nigga. He just said you're not one of his top 10 comedians. I'm just giving what you did. See what I mean? That's a normal thing, bro. People would, you know what I'm saying, continuously express like opinions, negative opinions about people, which is fine. You can do that. And then when the other person who's on the receiving end is asked about it, and then they do the same, it's like they start playing the victim. Can I not express my opinions? Can I not do this? Bro, you kept on talking about it, you talked about you once. And that was the problem. He did the exact same thing you did. Come on, man.
I said I wasn't a fan of his artistry. Why am I not allowed to feel that way? Why is that?
But it's not exactly played out well for him in the eyes of the average viewer, as many think that he got in his feelings about it a little. The same reason why when somebody don't think you're funny, you get salty. Why do you think Cube is hating? You gave your opinion, he gave his. Now, the image that he's being petty and holding a grudge about the whole thing isn't exactly dying down, because at the minute, he's delighting in the fact that Ice Cube's new film, which was a recent adaptation of the classic book The War of Worlds, has majorly flopped.
It was just about me talking about my opinion, but a lot of people sent the world results to me.
Yes.
And by Instagram was like, oh man, y'all about to have a field day with this. Aries was right, vindication. And like I said, that was never my objective.
This is a common thread for Aries when it comes to his self-appointed enemies, because once he decides that someone's fallen afoul of his standards, he will savor every slip-up they make. And one person he got the chance to do that with, at least briefly, was Lizzo. Although many of his foes were guys in hip-hop, Aries hasn't been shy about coming after women either. Over the years, he's had harsh words for everyone, from Foxy Brown and Iggy Azalea to Cardi B.
Foxy looked like the inside of her bra stink.
Listen, Foxy don't like me. She told me to suck her dick recently.
She told you to suck her dick?
Yes.
And that's part of my issue. I believe she has one.
Although, whatever he has said about them pales in comparison to his war against Lizzo, as that's one lady he's taken repeated shots at. And in every instance, it hasn't been about her music or anything else. Instead,
But I hate the way people have been hating on Lizzo, like, her whole career, man. That shit's not funny, bro. Like, she's such a nice person, good personality, good energy. Can't wait to meet her one day. No Lizzo slander will be tolerated. You heard it first.
it's all been fixated on her appearance.
I can't get past the fact that she looks like the shit emoji. Yo. Very beautiful girl. She's got a very pretty face.
Bro, like, being a comedian and violating someone, it's always gonna hit. Like, what? Nah, man. Nah, we need to stop, bro. God damn. This is the first clip I see of him talking about Lizzo. Kilo de Shami baby mo. Okay, that was Yoruba. I don't know what I just said.
But she
What
keeps
did she
showing
do
her
to you,
body
bro?
off, nigga. Like, come on, man. I'm sorry, listen, I ain't the most in shape nigga in the world,
I lied.
but I still, you know, when you funny and you got swagger and confidence and you decent looking, I think I'm at least handsome, you get pussy. But a woman that's built like a plate of mashed potatoes is in trouble.
From there, he didn't let go, as he then went off on body confidence as a whole.
You know what kills me about women is the hypocrisy and the contradiction. Yes, queen, slay queen, yes, queen, slay. Yeah, girl, your confidence. Fuck diabetes, fuck heart disease, cholesterol. Y'all all claim womanhood and about sisterhood and support for your sister, you know, when it come to that ridiculous shit. But if you really gave a fuck, why wouldn't you go, black girl, we love you, we love your confidence, boo-boo, but this ain't it. That's the real love. Y'all will jump on me for making jokes, but y'all won't fucking be real and go, sister, put the eclair down. This ain't it. It's treadmill time.
Instantly, this comment made major commotion, and while some people were able to find humor in it, others felt like it was a case of the pot calling the kettle black. This man went from left to right and wants to talk about Lizzo's size, when he looks like he's 2 cheeseburgers away from a cardiac episode. I know a Y chromosome, with a face only a mother could love, isn't talking. The persistent debate over what was said clearly reached Lizzo's ears too, prompting her to make a little jibe of her own at the VMAs as she accepted an award.
And now, to the bitches that got something to say about me in the press, you know what? I'm not gonna say nothing. They be like, Lizzo, why don't you clap back? Why don't you clap back? Cause bitch, I'm winning, ho.
Lizzo.
But according to Aries, this certainly didn't bother him at all.
The guy asked me specifically about her music, and then I went totally left. And people have to understand 2 things. Number one, no matter what, this badge that I wear called comedy, I'm with this through thick and thin. This oath that I've taken called humor, I don't betray that. And this is how this works. When you're a public figure and you do the things like that Lizzo does, where you come to a Laker game and you show your whole ass in front of children and families, you are fodder for jokes.
And rather than issue an apology, he insisted that she fully deserved it because of her public persona and the antics that came along with it.
I'm always thinking joke first. I'm a comic purist, and there's no way that you can have it both ways. There's no way that you could be in the public eye, do the things you do, and not expect a comic to respond. And I responded, and despite a lot of the backlash that I've gotten, mostly from women, I have gotten what feels like an equally amount of support. Big girls can't be sexy or beautiful, because they can, and some are. But when you got your whole ass out, I mean, I'm just saying there's something to be said, even non-big girls, classy, elegance, sophistication. I don't know that you with your whole ass out twerking at a Laker game. How do I ignore that?
Even after the initial hubbub around his comments died down, Aries still felt away to the point that he relished the news of her harassment lawsuit, which claimed that she'd been abusive to her dancers.
In a piece of paper bearing my name, got the hottest chick in the game wearing my chain. That's right.
He who laughs last laughs loudest, and silence speaks volumes. Clearly, Aries is a man who has a lot of opinions, and he isn't afraid to express them. Coupled with that is the fact that he just won't let it go once you've slipped out of his good graces. Just ask Will Smith, a man who's been catching strays from Aries for a good while now. From the moment that it happened, Aries was highly critical of Will over the Chris Rock slap situation and the entire fallout that went with it.
I just talked about this on my podcast. This boggles my mind because I'm sitting here going, in some of my loneliest moments in terms of dreaming, I went, whose career would be better to have than Will Smith? Especially if you could physically fit the part. 6 feet tall, in shape. He's the desire and the want of pretty much every woman, regardless of race. He's the envy of every guy. Famous, you rich, you got it all. Mansions, cars. You need for nothing. You're one of the A-list motherfuckers. And you mean to tell me you are going through this?
As you probably noticed, much of his issues stemmed from Jada's behavior and how Will had morphed into being a simp over the course of their marriage.
Between him being on The Breakfast Club and saying, when Charlamagne asked him, are you threatened? Were you ever threatened by her relationship with Tupac? And he goes, fuck yeah. And then you cut to the Chris Rock slap. Then you cut to Tommy Davidson was recently on Shannon Sharp's podcast, Club Shay Shay. And he tells the story of when he's doing the movie Woo with Jada. And they have a love scene. She's his love interest. And they kiss. You know love scenes and kiss scenes happen. You've done them. And now you mad and you barking at little Tommy Davidson because you can't handle your wife in a make pretend moment? Like, come on, man.
But for all that he had plenty of jabs for the former Fresh Prince, it didn't compare to the wrath that he had when it came to Will's return to the rap game, most notably his freestyles.
You haven't heard the latest about his diss track against Chris Rock? He said something about I'ma get enraged. You disrespect me on the stage, you best believe I'ma come up on the stage.
Okay,
and,
hold on.
And in the comments, people were like, wow, he rhymed stage 3 times in a row.
Okay, hold on. No, I don't like
shit
that.
was
I'm
brutal.
not
But here's the other
that,
part
bro.
that people are going, like, you said you sincerely apologized, but then you do that?
Right, you just threw the apology out
Come
the window.
on, man.
But it didn't end with just one example, as by the looks of it, Aries has had issues with his entire run since returning, and while claiming that he was even biting modern rappers, Spears basically suggested Will was in the throes of a midlife crisis.
Cardi B, on the man of it.
Yeah, I mean,
So
he's trying to-
hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
Will, you're 60-something. Stop trying to hang out at the young people's party. Nigga, do what was reminiscent of what
like
made you
pretty
cool. And stop
girls.
trying to be a young person at 60-something. It's
like
cringe.
pretty
That was
girls.
straight Cardi B's rhythm. Get the fuck out of here. That shit garbage, nigga. Sometimes I'm an action star. That means I'm an ad bizarre. Get the fuck out of here.
To Aries, there's a very evident way that a rapper should conduct himself. And while having a New York zip code seems to be the most important thing, it takes little more than one word used in the wrong context for him to write you off. One man that learned this recently was none other than
Even
Kentucky's
Jack
Jack
Harlow.
Harlow. As a man who'd risen to fame in the past few years, he was naturally in Aries' firing line. But he probably didn't know why. But during a recent Vlad TV appearance, he claimed that even though he's been ardently trying to make himself a success in this field since he was in his early teens, the industry will never see him as a real part of the culture.
People love Jack
Why
Harlow.
not?
Jack Harlow's been on a run. Multiple hit records, big songs.
Nobody in the black community is considering Jack Harlow a true MC. A true
I think
MC.
people
I
fuck
do.
with Jack Harlow.
What
Birdman
people?
Not content to stop there, he elaborated on his issues, as well as explaining why a certain white rapper that's in his top 5 gets the pass in a way that no one else does.
Fuck that. Ain't no whips and chains. Fuck out of here with that. Talking
That's a
about
good
the
point.
culture. Eminem is so authentic to the culture. All them other dudes ain't. I mean, that's where you
stayed.
live.
No, you're right.
You
You're right.
stay there.
Eminem stayed as a
Stay
true
there.
rapper.
Yes. That's like
rapping.
Kid Rock. Cause in the beginning,
he went all
I'm a
left
rapper.
field.
Get the
No,
fuck
you're
out
right.
of
No,
here.
you're right, and a lot of people do that. Unfortunately, I mean, Machine.
A lot of people do what? Use us, and then once they get on, abandon us? Yeah, they do that. They do that.
But it's safe to say that it's not only white rappers that Aries sees as defiling the genre. Because if you're from the South, you better conduct yourself in a particular way. Otherwise, the comedian has smoke for you. While he isn't fundamentally against rappers from Georgia and the surrounding areas, he did take issue with what he saw as Quavo's inability to speak clearly.
I said, hey man, what you think of that artist? And Quavo said, man, why you gonna quiz me, lady? Do you know what I just said?
No.
He was trying to say, why are you going to quiz me like that? But he said, man, why you gonna quiz me, lady? And people I was arguing with when I posted it on my Instagram were going, hey man, that's just the South. You gotta be from here to know that. I said, no, that's ignorance. You butchering the human language. You can have an accent and be understandable. Being inaudible, completely different. How you gonna quiz me, lady? You didn't even know what I said. Took me 3 times to hear him and go, did this motherfucker just try to say quiz me like that?
Citing this example over and over again, he's used it as a means of critiquing Migos' success.
Again, you keep going to people's following. If you put 1,000 idiots in a room, you have 1,000 idiots.
So you're saying that the Migos do not have a huge black fan base?
Did I say? That?
See what I'm saying? It's not just a bunch of white people at these shows.
Okay, but
there's a
what
good amount, but I would say that their core fan base.
Did you understand
is black.
James Brown when he did interviews? You can't say you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so dude is being spoken to, and his reaction is, how you gonna quit me, lady? I'm not co-signing that.
And rather than bringing this up on one occasion, he just wouldn't let the incident go.
Where they talking?
Never does.
And listen, we free now. Slavery's been abolished. And I'm not shitting on the South or trying to make it seem like it's a South thing, because Ludacris, Big Boy, T.I., even though T.I. be using big ass words, because you tell T.I. loves him some T.I. Expediently. That nigga love being like he's a king on a throne. But they all speak fluent, understandable English. Nigga, what the fuck is, man, why you gonna quit me? We can read now, nigga.
In fact, he was unrelenting in his criticism to the
just being
point that
himself,
he was
bro.
getting into heated debates with Southern radio hosts.
When people were going in the comments, man, Aries don't understand, that's just a Southern thing. I said, don't regulate that to the South. T.I.'s from the South, Andre 3000's from the South, Big Boy, Ludacris, all from the South. You can understand them just fine. That ain't got nothing to do with Southern region. That is ignorance.
I don't agree with that.
There's a bit of a point
Mother
there.
could have talked like that.
But then mother ignorant.
Well, you can't do that because
But this is being
passed down.
themselves.
It's generational.
this is something that's in their culture, man.
But while this might seem petty, whoever keeps up with Spears' outlook will know these complaints about Quavo are part of a broader issue he has with any rapper who picked up the mic after 2004. Since the rise of the trap scene, Aries has taken aim at the generation time and
Migos
time
are
again.
so
How you feel
cold,
about
man,
this generation of hip hop
honestly.
here?
Garbage. Listen, Lil Yachty, Spot 'em, Got 'em, Lil Nas, Nas X,
Spot 'em,
the
got 'em.
Island Boys, Tekashi 6ix9ine, all them niggas look like Tim Burton Batman villains. I mean, other than Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, garbage. If you took the MCs of my era from the 90s, I named some of them, Biggie, Jay-Z, Nas, DMX, Jadakiss, Big Pun, Big L. You put them up against this young generation of rappers, you would literally have the 92 Dream Team versus the Special Olympics.
Even recently, he took
Damn.
aim at the 2025 XXL freshman class, citing it as an indictment of the entire genre.
Who's your favorite rapper on the 2025
I
freshman
can
class?
tell you right now, I don't know not one of them motherfuckers you gonna name.
1900 Rugrat?
I don't even know. I don't know who that is.
Baby Chief Do It?
I don't know who that is.
Nah, respect Baby
J-Bo?
I don't know who that is.
Eve Triplin?
I don't know who that is.
Jello, aka Leangelo Ball?
Listen, if it were up to me,
You know who that is though, right?
D'Angelo Ball?
Yeah.
The basketball player?
Yes.
He's rapping?
Yeah, he's rapping now.
Nuke the whole generation. If it were up to me, I would drop an atomic bomb on the whole generation.
Whatever you think of him,
Oh,
it's clear that Aries is about as brazen as they come when it comes to voicing his frustrations and opinions. And almost unreservedly, he would come at anyone in pop culture, with a rare exception of being understandably a little fearful of DMX, when the conversation turned to his impression of the famed East Coast rapper.
Everybody else was outside the locker rooms in the Staples Center. So in other words, if a nigga had to bounce, you had options. I made the mistake of going in the locker room where X and his niggas was. And when I walked in, the dude closed the door and stood in front of the door. And all these niggas made a circle around me and X. And I was like, yo, X, my CD. And before I can get 3 words, I was like, yo, Doug, I know, I heard it. You know what I mean? It's in my voice. You know some of my voice, right? I was like, he was like, yeah, can you know, promote the CD, whatever? I don't know. Let me hear it. If it's good, yeah. If it's not, and the nigga really growled. And I was like, oh shit. I'm a nigga, man. You know, I like pork rinds and pig's feet and hoes and all that, smoke blunts, L's, drink, I'm a nigga. But I ain't a nigga. I'm a hustler's nigga. DMX is good times. When you can talk and pull a razor from under your tongue without cutting yourself, that's a nigga skill. I don't have them skills, I read.
But ultimately, Aries is a rare case of someone who has run his mouth and almost
This guy's
exclusively
actually funny,
escaped
bro.
unscathed. But it has come back to bite him on one
That's a
occasion. A
nigga
while
skill.
back, all that tough talk came back for him when he was smacked by radio personality Zoe Williams. This went down when they appeared alongside each other at the Corey Holcomb show, and clearly, he was intent on pushing him too far.
Bone light skinned nigga.
Hey, motherfucker put hands on you, nigga, give you real black eyes.
Come on, don't do that, nigga.
And that's the truth, nigga.
Trust me, nigga. You could trust me.
I've had about enough of your shit. That's the truth, nigga. Shut the fuck up while I'm out.
Loudest niggas are the light skinned niggas.
Yep.
That wish they could be
But
black.
that'll do that work, though.
I know.
Over time, he got to the stage where he felt compelled to throw hands at Aries.
I'm very clear-minded.
Which means I'll fuck you up even more because I'm drunk, nigga.
Well, hold up. Oh.
That wasn't a slap.
Considering that Aries
Yeah.
usually comes out on top in these types of exchanges, the video surfacing always cracks people up. Aries went from talking tough to fetal playing dead position real quick. But even in the aftermath, Aries has done the utmost to suggest that he didn't lose face and was actually being smart about it.
That's why when I caught so much flack for the Corey Holcomb thing with Zoe, it ate at my ego and it ate at me as a man, because all I would hear is, yeah, you weak, you soft, you ain't do nothing. First thing I thought to myself was, what if this gets out of hand? What if you do something and it gets out of hand? You're the sole breadwinner for your family. At that time, a wife, you got kids, you got a career.
career. If you do something that takes you out of position to make money and have the people that depend on you be taken care of, that was smart. So you know what? Instead of handling it on some street shit, which is what the streets think is the only solution, I went, no, I'm gonna handle it through Seigenberg and Eisenhower. You know what I'm saying?
What?
Two Jews with lawyers.
And sure enough, he attempted to take legal action. But in 2019, his lawsuit was thrown out after neither the plaintiff nor an attorney representing him showed up for the scheduled start of trial. When you've been in the public eye for as long as Aries has, you'll need to take some L's along the way, and that certainly was one of them. But honestly, the real surprise is that it hasn't happened more often, especially when he's got a tendency to speak recklessly about rappers who are always intent on retaining their image and responding in volatile manners when anyone comes after them. But with Aries as active as ever, you can bet that there will be more controversies where that came from, and things could go left at any moment.
He's even more active now. Try, we're all in danger, man. Oh well, respect UK rap. Like, if you don't understand the culture, just you see that meme? That, bro, I want this Louaista guy to stop making UK rap documentaries, bro. Cause like, that would excite me a lot more. Like, Tim, I want to know. I mean, I already know. I want to know more about UK rap and the culture and all that. But yeah, man, like, comment, subscribe. I love you lot. You get me. Thank you so much for 50 subs. Many more to come, amen. Stay safe.